Hello to you all and welcome to Railway 187. Well, 176 today, because I am gonna try to make this C047 British Railways Railbus. It's an old model which is reproduced by Dapol. I think it was originally, well, I'm not sure, was it Dapol? Yeah, I'm not sure. This one is a complete kit with the plastic parts. I'm quite sure they are molded, so they are using old molds probably from the 70s, the 60s even, probably, I'm not sure. And well, let's see what's in it. It's quite cheap. I purchased it for €10, and the kit is complete with instructions. Yeah, very well, good instructions. Yes, everything is in it. Here's the number you have to cut out. Yeah, that's the instructions, and then the parts are probably, as I said, molded, and there's even wheel sets in it, which is quite remarkable if you consider that wheel sets usually or long already stored something like €2 or €3. So you get a complete set for a very affordable price. However, of course, it's a railbus, but stand model. Yeah, it won't run. So, of course, all the parts are in it. Yes, as well. Here's the undercarriage, as you can see, yeah, with the axle boxes. The axle boxes is here. That's the doors. This is the details for the undercarriage. However, as you can understand, this is not a runnable model. This is a stand model. So I will try to get it running by using this one, which is of course close to the reality. It's a 2-axle carriage. I would like to have said a railbus, yeah. Railbus 2-axle. This is old Lima stuff, very much produced and delivered in starter sets in the 60s and the 70s, with of course a pancake ring-filled motor. Not great stuff, but it runs. It's not even noisy. I've tested it. I've did some cleaning yesterday. I've got it for almost nothing, because it was in a batch with lots of things which I bought honestly just for the parts. And I have serviced it, and it runs somehow. Here it is up close. As you can see, I've added some beams to support the bottom of the railbus. So these are the beams. They are just made from styrene, and they are fit onto the old chassis of the Lima. And then the bottom, of course, I had to cut a hole in it. And yeah, this weight doesn't look too beautiful, of course, but I've got no solution. Maybe you have another solution, another idea, please let me know in the comments, because weight is really necessary to keep this thing on the track. So that's really necessary. So yeah. It won't be a very beautiful interior, that's for sure. People from England, please advise me, did these rail buses run with curtains or something like that? That would be a nice solution, of course. Yeah, I would just not add an interior. I would just hide the motor block and the weight with curtains. That's probably the most easy solution. I have in the meantime also been trying to paint the Railbus, and I must say it was difficult to find the right green. I went for gunship green, and that seemed to be quite light, so I took olive green by Vallejo. It's this one, 71007. I'm not sure if this is the right color. It seems darker on the video than it's in reality. But yeah, I painted a final coat over it because I wanted to have it more equal. Right, the chassis is ready as well. Yeah, as you can see, what have I done? I've been adding here with styrene board an extra part to it, and that makes it possible here to fix the parts from the Dapol. As you can see here, I've made it a bit shorter so that it fits on the axle. The axle boxes now fit on the axles of the Lima chassis. And then I made it a bit longer, and I used buffers from an old Triang coach, which I have remade. So this is going to be the chassis, and I already adapted the bottom of the upper part of the bus, so this will be the floor of the bus. Yeah, put some extra weight to it as well, and I've put also weight under here. Yeah, so in total we have now 40 grams, which is of course not sufficient. So my plan is then to have more weight in the roof here. I think that should be possible to give it some more weight, so it will run better. But the chassis as is now is already running quite well. So I have been doing some work, but it's far from finished. The upper part has been glued in. It was quite difficult, really. And I have been painting stripes, which are of course handwork, not perfectly and straight. This one has to be glued. The roof will be glued on the walls because otherwise it won't be straight. Inside I still have to do everything. Yeah, I will put a steering post in it with styrene board or something, and then some seats. Maybe I'll try to camouflage something by, but probably just hanging stores will be the easiest way to go. So when that will all be finished, then the roof will be glued on. I might try to put LED lights in it to get some light. Yeah. So as you can see, I've put extra weight in the roof, so that is in total 40 grams in the roof. And there's here some 20 grams, and here's some 20 grams, so 40, that's 80 grams in total, which is not really heavy, plus the weight of the motor, of course, but it's not super heavy. I hope it will run. Yeah, I have to test still. And this can get off, yeah, so when I want to do maintaining of the motor, this can get off. So putting on the roof now, putting it on is quite difficult, because it's not a perfect fit, I must say. I did probably something wrong in the way, yeah. As you can see, it's finally finished, yeah. However, I couldn't realize everything I wanted to do. I was planning to do LED lights, but yeah, there was such a lot of cables that they were totally spoiling up the cabin. Yeah, I've needed to remove that wiring. So there's LED lamps inside, but they are not working. Yeah, it's what it is. I cannot change it because yeah, you need to see passengers in the cab and not wires. Yeah. So just to give a short update, I used the Lima undercarriage for the V100, or what is the type of yeah, diesel locomotive, German diesel locomotive. However, Lima had them in different liveries, German, French, and even British. At the moment they had a British livery for this locomotive. So it's quite an easy concept. I just put the cap on it. However, it's quite weighty. I put weight in the roof as well as in between the floor and the underfloor. So it makes it quite weighty. There's weight also in the undercarriage. So it's a bit of a heavy thing. Yeah, furthermore, as you know, I've constructed the undercarriage here with the Dapol elements. However, I had to change because the distance between the axles on Lima was just something like 3 millimeters less than the Dapol kit, so I had to change it. So as you can see, I have put passengers and drivers inside. The doors, however, are not sliding. In the Dapol model, they are supposed to be sliding doors. I had to fix them. I couldn't do that because the upper part and the undercarriage are not fixed to each other. So it would have been, there's too much. I need to cut out a lot of the under part, the underfloor. So it's totally impossible to make them sliding. The roof was warped, but I got that straight now, so that's not a problem. There's only a small problem here with the connection of the kit parts. But yeah, it's what it is. It's not a super great model, but at least it's a 2-axle version, yeah, which makes it look a bit like the original British Railbus. So that's it for now, folks. It's running good, especially with the extra weight. The extra weight makes a big difference. It's running much more stable now than it was as a Lima model. Such a Railbus, this is a nice thing to have on a very small layout. As you can see, it is even running slow. You can see, of course, that it is a 3-pole motor, but thanks to the extra weight, it can do quite a slow run. Okay, let's get it inside again. So that's all for now, folks. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.